Guys, it's Carter, and today we're going to really quickly look at a stock I think is really interesting over the next several weeks and months. And I actually am quite bullish on it in the next several weeks and months. The chart looks really nice at the moment. However, I am very bearish on this chart, on this stock in the coming years. Now, I'm going to break it all down in this video clearly and concisely so anyone can understand it. So here we go. This is Tesla, TSLA on the NASDAQ trading at 221 US dollars. So we're on the daily chart here. And if you zoom in on this chart pattern right here, well, it could be interpreted as a couple things. But regardless, any way you look at this chart pattern right now, it's bullish. The first interpretation here is that we are looking at an ascending triangle. So an ascending triangle, a flat top with an ascending support line, and we are just tagging this support line right now. So the thing I like about this is that we see 7 purple candles in a row. So 7 days in a row, we have closed the day lower than we opened the day. Typically, 7 is a little, not a magical number. I want to say magical, but truly 7 is a reversal number. You typically see an update if you see 7 down days in a row. So look for an update on Friday. So look for an update tomorrow on support. But it is looking like an immature bear flag on support, so we need to see some upwards momentum come in. We do need to see upwards momentum come in on this support, okay? So that is not up for debate. This pattern could be broken if we see further downside, and that's what we can't see. So we need to see a bounce off support, and it has to happen relatively swiftly. But as it stands, this is an ascending triangle pattern that would favor a break to the upside. Now, if you look at it through a more interpretive lens, you could also make a case that this is an inverse head and shoulders forming right here too. And if you project a target from the inverse head and shoulders right here, head to the neckline, extend that to the scene of the breakout, and you would get a target towards just sub 400. So the $380 level could be tested if we break to the upside and then hold the flat line here at around 260 as support. So I'm looking for a bounce off this level here at just over 220 towards 260, us eventually take that level out and then head much higher towards 350 to 380. So we're now looking at the Tesla weekly chart, and I've established that over the next several weeks and few months that I'm actually quite bullish on this stock. However, that's where it ends. I'm bullish for the next few months as long as the stock market is heading up, which I think it will for the next few months at least. I will be bullish on Tesla as well. I don't think it's going to crash if the stock market continues to rally big time to new all-time highs. However, I don't favor us making much more than an all-time high on Tesla if we make an all-time high. It's a big if to make an all-time high on Tesla. Our all-time high on Tesla is just over $400. I don't know if we're actually going to make that. So why am I so concerned? Because I have a pretty bearish multi-year view. So the problem with Tesla here is that we had this correction from the all-time high, sure, good and dandy, but our first initial rally right here was definitely corrective, not debatable. This is a corrective rally in 3 waves. There's no way you can look at that and say that was an impulsive rally. So that's where the problem begins. Since this was an A wave up, and we saw a corrective move to the downside after that, it likely set up an A-B structure, meaning that we will get a C wave up here and then potentially see much lower in the future overall. So this large correction here on Tesla, that's what I'm going to call it because that's what it likely is just a large A, B, C potentially. And this C down here could form in the next handful of years and take us much lower. So I think this C wave down would actually take us closer to $65. So let me be very clear. I have bought on daily chart support. I've been buying at 220 and I am looking for a break above this triangle here to maybe flip it as support and then to head up and make a high on Tesla at around that 360 to 380, somewhere around there, just sub double top. So maybe we make a double top, maybe we even overshoot a little bit. That's possible. It is possible we make an all-time high, but I wouldn't be looking for much more if. It's a huge if. If we make an all-time high, I would not be looking for anything more. if we make an all-time high. I don't think we will. I think we're going to see some heavy resistance around that 350 to 380 level. So technical resistance in that level. And then I would be looking to maybe make a long-term short on this stock up here. But yeah, look for a move to the upside as long as we're holding that daily chart ascending support at 220. Once our momentum comes back into the stock, and if the stock market continues to run up to new highs like I think it will, I believe Tesla's going to see a major breakout of this triangle pattern here, the inverse head and shoulders on the daily chart, and that ascending triangle on the daily chart, and see a very healthy move to the upside. But remember that this would all be a corrective move in this larger corrective structure. So we're on the monthly chart of Tesla here. I'm going to reiterate why I think it's a good buy and reiterate why I think we're in trouble. So why do I think it's a good buy? Simply, we're near the bottom of this channel here. We're closer to the bottom of this channel than the top. And I do think we're going to see a run up to the top of the channel on the monthly chart here. That's going to be at around 360, 365-ish. So the top of the channel, we could overshoot it, but it will be resistance, and I've shown you some confluence at that level. You have the box on the weekly chart. You have the projected target of the high 300s via the inverse head and shoulders. That's going to be tough resistance. But also, this is an upsloping channel, meaning these typically break to the downside. And because you have a larger A, B, C, we're probably going to take out this low right here at just over $100. And that would mean we're probably going to come back down to confirm market structure at around 65 US dollars in the coming years down the line. So in the coming 3 to 6 months, I see a rally to potentially the high 300s on Tesla, but in the coming years down the line, a drop to around $65 USD, which then I would be buying heavy if we got down to this level. It was prior resistance before we had this epic run here. So as resistance here, we never came back down to this $65 level to confirm it as support. Look for us to do that in the coming years on Tesla stock. That is where I would be buying into long-term buy and hold positions. All right, thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember that nothing in this video was financial advice, purely just my opinions. All right, have a good one.